Good morning. How's everybody doing? You guys seem a little tired. Why don't you give me a little shake real quick, loosen up a little bit. My name's Paul. I'm going to be a presenter today, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you guys the founder and president of Nagios, Ethan Galstad.
Are we on? Hopefully we can hear me now. Okay, sorry. Well, first of all, welcome to the 2012 Nagios World Conference. We're very excited to have you here. This is our second year holding this event. Last year we had a lot of fun, a lot of great presentations, and a lot of great opportunities to network and learn from each other, and we certainly hope to repeat that again this year. This year we've expanded the conference from a 2-day event to a 3-day event with more sessions and more tracks, so we certainly hope that you enjoy this event and find it useful. There's a wide variety of people here, a wide range of experience levels. There are, on one hand, very experienced Nagios admins who have been using Nagios for years and monitoring really huge environments. We also have people here in attendance who have just heard about Nagios and are not familiar with it. So I'm going to start out by giving a brief overview of what Nagios is. But first, I'd like to welcome all of our international visitors. We have visitors, attendees from over a dozen different countries worldwide. Faraway places like China and Russia, Australia, South America. So I know many of you have traveled a long distance to be here, and it's certainly really great to be here. So thank you for coming again, and welcome. So first, let's talk about what Nagios is, if you're not familiar with it. What I'm going to start out, though, is start out by talking about technology, because Nagios is all about monitoring technology, especially technology that goes bad, or breaks, or doesn't work. Technology is really, it makes our lives easier. It makes our lives very convenient. It makes our businesses run. We rely on it all the time, and we don't even realize it. It's very easy to, if you want to buy something, to go to Amazon's website and with a few clicks of a button, order a product, and a few days later that product arrives at your doorstep. And that's really awesome. It's made life extremely convenient, but there are thousands of IT systems that are in place that need to work properly in order for that kind of system to actually work. And a lot of times they do work well, and we don't even notice that they work well. We just take it really for granted. If you're a networker or a sysadmin, you rarely probably ever have people come up to you and say, you know what, hey, Joe, thanks for running an awesome network. You know, it's really fast. I haven't had any connection problems. The server's, up all the time. You only hear from people when they're upset, when something's not working. So we really take technology for granted. My wife and I bought a piece of property out in the country. It had nothing on it, no power, no buildings last year. And we built a garage this year, finally got electricity. And it, through the process, it really made it clear to us how much we miss technology, or how reliant upon it we were. Simple things you take for granted, like running water, or electricity, or appliances, even before you get to things like the internet and computers, you really rely on them. So last week I was really excited. I went out to the property, I got satellite internet hooked up, so we're online now. We still don't have running water, no toilet, but we are online. I told my wife, I said, that's what happens when you marry a geek. So priorities change a little bit. But technology it makes our lives enormously easy compared to what it otherwise would be. And technology is great except when things go wrong. And if you're a sysadmin or a network admin, you know what I'm talking about. It's situations where your new server farm crashes on Thanksgiving Day, the day before Black Friday, when people start their Christmas shopping. And if nobody can get to your company's website to buy a product, your company is not going to be very happy. You're going to lose sales. If you're the last person to know about it, you're in a really bad position. If you don't have a monitoring solution like Nagios, and you're hearing about the outage from your customers or your boss or somebody else, that's not a very happy place to be. And it's very tough to fix problems after they've already occurred when you're under a great deal of pressure to actually solve them in a short amount of time. So that's where solutions like Nagios come into play. Nagios solutions, what they do is they monitor your IT systems, everything you've got on your network, your systems, your servers, your network infrastructure, and it makes sure that they're working properly. If they're not, Nagios will notify somebody, the appropriate people on your staff, and say, hey, look, there's a problem with your web server or your network switch. You know, maybe the disk space is getting low. It'll alert somebody so that they can hopefully fix the problem quicker than they otherwise would be able to. And by doing that, you save a lot of downtime. You increase the company's uptime. It gives you a lot of value. When you are able to solve problems fast, or even before they occur, a lot of times Nagios can notify you of an impending problem, like you are about to run out of disk space, so you should plan the upgrade now instead of, you know, once you've already run out of disk space. Nagios is able to allow you to, I guess, not only better uptime, but faster reaction time, and just really give you peace of mind. I mean, that's really what you want from software, is that you want it to make your life easier. And knowing that Nagios is in place, monitoring the systems that you rely upon, really is a really great thing. So, if you're not familiar with Nagios, there are three main solutions that are in the monitoring solution area. The first is Nagios Core. Now, for many years, Nagios Core was just called Nagios. This has been around since 1999. It's used by over 1 million people worldwide. It's a free open source monitoring and alerting engine. It's the main engine that can monitor your servers, monitor your network, notify people when things go wrong. It's got a very large community, and it's designed to be extendable. So you can enhance its capabilities or monitor new devices, new servers, through the use of add-ons or plugins, and I'll talk a little bit more about that later. It's made it very flexible, and that's really led to, I think, its popularity around the world. Again, this is really what's been known as Nagios for a long time. It's free, it's open source, so a lot of people do use it. The second solution is Nagios Exi. It's our commercial monitoring solution. It's built on top of Nagios Core and other key add-ons, and it's really designed from the ground up to be a very easy-to-use monitoring solution. If you used Nagios Core before, it's extremely capable, but usually you have to be a very technical person to configure it, install plugins, and manage the monitoring setup, and that usually works fine. It really hasn't slowed Nagios' adoption in the IT world thus far, but what we found is that while a lot of admins can get Nagios Core up and running in the environment, often once it's working well, other people in different departments want to start looking at it or start using it. Maybe they want to start monitoring something else that they're interested in, or they want to get reports. And it's not all that easy to hand over control of, at least management of part of the monitoring system with Nagios Core. It is with Nagios Exi. We've added dashboards and user-specific permissions through the web interface and advanced reports and visualizations. So we just try to make it easy to use. The third monitoring solution for Nagios is not technically a monitoring solution. It doesn't go out and monitor your network per se. Nagios Fusion, what it does is it's essentially a central dashboard for Nagios Exi and Nagios Core servers. A lot of large environments, what they do is they'll install Nagios Core, multiple Nagios Core, multiple Nagios Exi servers throughout their IT infrastructure. Maybe they have a remote office in Paris or in Ohio. If there's a big network segment there or a remote office of some kind, they'll often install a separate Nagios server there. And what Fusion does is it ties all those separate Nagios servers together so that you can log into one web interface and quickly view the status of all Nagios Exi and Nagios Core servers and what they're monitoring in one easy dashboard. So it makes it really easy. We've also added authentication, so you can authenticate once to Nagios Fusion, and you're automatically authenticated to your remote Nagios servers to be able to log in and kind of drill down. So that's kind of the basics of what Nagios is if you're not familiar with it. Many of you here are existing Nagios users, and you're very adept at Nagios, so you know what you're doing. There are some new things that have happened. There's a lot of new stuff that's happened in the past year. I have a lot to announce that has happened, and that things